Good morning, students. Hope you all are fine and doing very well. In today's class, we will study English Mulberry, chapter number 6, Tucket the Bucket. So let's start the class now. Before starting the chapter, let us know something about the author. This chapter is written by Khuzali Manickvale. She is an Indian writer who writes in English. She was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and moved to India when she was 13. She currently lives in Chidambaram, that is in Tamil Nadu. Her first book, Insects Are Just Like You and Me, except some of them have wings. This is the name of her first book. It was published by Plaf Publications in 2008. Her short stories have also appeared in print magazines like Shimmer Magazine, Versal Literary Journal, Agni, Punk, Frig, and Tehelka, and in anthologies such as Best American Fantasy and Breaking the Bow. A second book, Things We Found During the Autopsy, was released on October 1, 2014. So let us start our chapter. We can see an activity in the beginning of the chapter itself. Let us read. What is this activity about? Students, please note that you need not do this activity in your Mulberry copies. You have to do this activity in your books only. The activity is, we use trowels, watering cans, buckets, and spades in the garden. Circle the odd one out in each row. Students, trowels, watering cans, buckets, and spades are the tools which we use in the garden. In this activity, you are having the picture of trowels in the first row, watering cans in the second row, and buckets and spades in the third row. Each row is having 5 pictures of the same tool. You have to circle the one which does not match to that group, which means which is different from others. So, in first row, in the given 5 pictures of trowels, we can see that picture 2 does not match to this group. So, this is the odd one in this group. Circle it. In the second row, we can clearly see that the last picture in this group does not match to this group. So, this is the odd one here and we have to circle this. And in the third row, we can clearly see that picture number 3 does not match to this group. So, this is the odd one. Hence, circle this. Coming to the chapter now, let us read a story about a garden bucket called Tucket. So, this story is about a bucket in the garden and the name of the bucket is Tucket. Tucket was the saddest bucket in the world. He had once been a garden favorite. Means he is the saddest bucket in the world now, but once he was the favorite of the garden. The gardener used to swing him by his strong handle as he went to fetch water. Fetch means to go somewhere and bring back something. What a good bucket this is, he said. It means whenever the gardener went to collect water, he used to carry that bucket with him by his strong handle, and he also used to appreciate him for his usefulness. But as time passed, Tucket the bucket grew a hole. Suddenly, he was useless. Now, as time passed, a hole grew into this bucket and it became useless. What good is a bucket with the hole? Tucket was tossed into the corner of the garden. He was left out in the rain and the sun, and he began to rust. So, as he is useless now because he had a hole in him, so he was thrown carelessly into the corner of the garden and was left out in the rain, in the hot sun, etc., and gradually began to rust, as any iron substance would do if it comes in contact with air and water. Rust is a reddish brown substance that forms on the surface of iron caused by the action of air and water. I should throw that bucket away, the gardener muttered as he tripped over Tucket. So one day, when the gardener caught his foot on the bucket and was about to fall, he decided to throw the bucket away. Tucket did not want to be thrown away. He felt very sad now, as he did not want to be thrown away, so he became very sad. His good friends in the garden tried to cheer him up. The squirrels set him back up when he fell over, and the birds cheerfully flapped about him. Be happy, Tucket, they chirped. Tucket really tried to be happy, but it was very, very hard. Now when his garden friends see him sad, they try to cheer him up like the squirrels put him back up when he fell over, and the birds flapped means moved their wings up and down and from side to side to cheer him up. The birds also asked him to be happy. He really tried to be happy, but it was very, very hard for him. One day, a little girl ran through the garden and stopped in front of Tucket. Perfect, she said happily, and picked him up. Is this yours? She asked the gardener. Yes, he replied. This old bucket is mine, but you can have it. Now one day what happened? A little girl came running into the garden and stopped right in front of this bucket. She asked the gardener if it belongs to him. He said yes, this bucket belongs to him, but if she wants, she can have it. She happily picked the bucket up as it was perfect for her use. Soon Tucket found himself blinking and spluttering under the garden hose. The girl was cleaning him. He felt heavy chunks of rust fall off and he felt quite cheerful. Now, as this girl took Tucket with her, she started cleaning him. As she was cleaning him with a garden hose, students, hose is a long tube or a pipe that is used to water plants. So when she was cleaning him, Tucket started blinking and making sound as the water was coming out of him when he was under the garden hose. He was very happy that time. Oh, you already have a big hole at the bottom, said the girl as she peered inside. Even better. Tucket could not believe what he had just heard. She wanted a bucket with a hole. Now, while cleaning the bucket, the girl discovered the big hole at the bottom of it. When she peered inside it means when she looked closely or carefully inside the bucket, as she could not see it clearly before. Tucket could not believe his ears when he heard that she wanted a bucket with a hole, in fact, and he was perfect for that use. The girl took Tucket to the veranda. She filled him with the dark brown soil and planted a tiny rose inside. This is a baby rose, she said to Tucket. Now she is ours. You must help me take care of her. Tucket was happy. He straightened himself up proudly as the girl finished planting. she carefully placed Tucket in the best spot of the veranda. It was a cozy corner protected from the wind and the rain. Now she took him to the veranda. She filled him with dark brown soil and then planted a tiny little rose inside it. After planting the rose in it, she asked Tucket to help her to take care of that baby rose, as it is their responsibility now. Students, when we are feeling proud on ourselves, we stand straight with our heads high and feel very happy. Similarly, Tucket also straightened himself up proudly after the girl finished planting and was very happy. She placed him in a comfortable corner which was protected from the harsh wind and the rain, and this was the best spot of the veranda. Tucket winked and smiled at his friends in the garden. "Look, I am taking care of this little rose," he said. "We are very happy for you, Tucket," chattered the squirrels, and the birds chirped happily. He winked and smiled at his friends when he looked them in the garden and told them that he is the one who is taking care of that little rose. They also reply him that they are very happy for him. The squirrels chattered and the birds chirped happily. Students, chatter is the sound made by the squirrel and chirp is the sound made by the bird. They communicated in their own languages. Tucket takes great care of the rose. The girl visits him every day, and so do his friends. He is now the happiest bucket in the world. Tucket took great care of that tiny little rose. The little girl and his friends visited him every day, and this is how he became the happiest bucket in the world. Now we will have summary of the chapter. In this, we will read once again in short what the chapter is about. As we have already explained the chapter earlier, we will now have only the reading of the summary. This story is about a garden bucket called Tucket. Tucket was once been a garden favorite. The gardener used to swing him by his strong handle whenever he went to collect water. He had always appreciated the bucket, but as time passed, the bucket grew a hole and suddenly it became useless. The gardener, who had once appreciated the bucket, is now always talking about its uselessness. Tucket was thrown into the corner of the garden carelessly, even in harsh climatic conditions like in rain and in the sun. As a result, it began to rust. This made Tucket the saddest bucket in the world. Once, when the gardener tripped over the bucket, he decided to throw it away. Tucket did not want this to happen. He felt very sad, but his good friends in the garden tried to cheer him up, like the squirrels sat him back up when he fell over, and the birds cheerfully flapped about him. Tucket really tried to be happy, but it was very, very hard. One day, a small little girl came running into the garden and stopped right in front of the Tucket. She asked the gardener if it belongs to him. The gardener replied, "Yes, but if you want, you can have it." The girl picked him up happily as she found it perfect for her use. The girl started cleaning him under the garden hose. Tucket found himself blinking and spluttering under the hose. the heavy chunks of rust fall off and he felt quite cheerful. When the girl peered inside Tucket, she found a big hole at the bottom. She said, "Even better," because she wanted a bucket with a hole. Tucket could not believe what he had just heard. The girl took Tucket to the veranda. She filled him with dark brown soil and planted a tiny rose inside it. She then asked Tucket to help her in taking care of that baby rose as it belongs to them now. Tucket was happy. He felt very proud and he straightened up himself proudly after the girl finished planting. She then placed Tucket in the best spot of the veranda, which was a cozy corner protected from the wind and the rain. Tucket winked and smiled at his friends in the garden. He told them happily that he is the one who is taking care of that little rose. The squirrels chattered and the birds chirped happily, saying that they are also very happy for him. Tucket takes great care of the rose. The girl and his friends visit him every day, and now he is the happiest bucket in the world. After explaining the chapter, let us try to solve some exercises related to this chapter. Before solving the exercises, let us go through the word meanings first. First, favorite. It means person or thing that you like more than anything else. Second, rust. It is a reddish brown color that you sometimes see on iron or steel that has been wet. Third, tripped. It means hit his foot against something and almost fell. Fourth, spluttering means spitting water. Fifth, hose. It is a long tube used to water plants and fight fires. Sixth, peered. It means looked closely because you could not see. And seventh, proudly. It means feeling happy about something that you have. First exercise, making connections, quick answers. Students, in this exercise, statements related to this chapter are given and 3 options for each statement are also given. You have to choose the correct one. So let's start with sentence A. Tucket was sad because, first, he was the gardener's favorite bucket. Second, he was shiny and new. Or third, the gardener did not want him anymore. Students, as we studied that a hole grew in Tucket and the gardener did not want him anymore, and this makes him sad. So the answer is he was sad because the gardener did not want him anymore. B. Tucket blinked and spluttered because, first, he was sad. Second, water from the hose fell on him. Or third, he had a hole in him. We studied that when the little girl was cleaning the bucket under the hose, it started blinking and spluttering. So the answer is Tucket blinked and spluttered because water from the hose fell on him. C. The girl put Tucket in a cozy spot on the veranda because, first, she wanted to protect the rose from too much wind and rain. Second, she wanted the rose to be in the wind and the rain. Or third, Tucket was too dirty to be taken into the house. At the end of the chapter, we studied that after planting the tiny little rose in tucket, the girl placed it in a comfortable corner which was protected from the harsh wind and the rain, and this was the best spot of the veranda. So, the answer is the girl put tucket in a cozy spot on the veranda because she wanted to protect the rose from too much wind and rain. Reference to context. In this exercise, an extract is taken from the chapter, and related to that extract, 3 questions are also given to which you have to answer. So let us read the extract and try to solve the questions. The extract is, I should throw that bucket away, the gardener muttered as he tripped over tucket. The first question related to this extract is, list the action words in these lines. So you have to find out the action word given in this extract. The answer is, the action words are throw, muttered and tripped. We all know that action words are verbs. So the words which shows action are throw, muttered and tripped. B. Why did the gardener want to throw tucket away? The answer is, the gardener wanted to throw tucket away because he had a hole. And third, where did the gardener toss tucket? The answer is, the gardener tossed tucket into the corner of the garden. Another extract is, the girl took tucket to the veranda. Its first question is, where did the girl find tucket? The answer is, the girl found tucket in the garden. Second, what did she do before she took tucket to the veranda? The answer is, the girl cleaned him before she took him to the veranda. And last question is, what did she do after she put tucket in the veranda? And the answer is, she filled him with dark brown soil and planted a tiny rose inside it. Read, reflect and write. In this exercise also few questions are given to you to which you have to answer. Fourth question is, describe tucket when he was a new bucket. The answer is, tucket was the gardener's favorite when he was a new bucket as he was strong and shiny. Fifth question, write 2 sound words from the story. The answer is, 2 sound words are chattered and chirped. They are the sounds of squirrel and bird respectively. Sixth, what did tucket do to show his friends that he was happy? Answer, tucket winked and smiled at his friends to show that he was happy. And last question, why do you think tucket is happy at the end of the story? And the answer is, tucket was happy at the end of the story because he was put to use again. Word wall. Exercise 1. Write the synonyms of these words. Students, synonyms are the words or phrase that has the same meaning as another word or phrase in the same language. In other words, we can say that synonyms are words that mean almost the same thing. For example, big and large are synonym of each other because they both mean the same thing. Similarly, in this exercise, 4 words are given and you have to write the synonym of these words. Let's try to solve this exercise. First, sad. Synonym of sad is unhappy. Second, happy. Synonym of happy is cheerful. Third, little. Synonym of little is tiny, and fourth, good. Synonym of good is wonderful. Exercise 2. Match these animal sounds to the names of the animals. As we all know that different animals make different sounds, like in this chapter itself, we studied that the sound made by the squirrel is chatter and the sound made by the bird is chirp. Same is in this exercise. Few animal sounds are given and you have to match which animal makes that particular sound. Let's begin with the exercise. First column is animal sound and second column is of animals. A. Drone. Then drone sound is made by which animal? It is made by beetle. B. Bray. The animal which makes this sound is donkey. C. Chatter. The animal which makes this sound is monkey. D. Hoot. The animal which makes this sound is owl. And E. Coo. The animal which makes this sound is pigeon. Grammar time. Before starting the exercise, let me explain you something about pronouns. Pronouns are the words that are used in place of a noun. Pronouns are words that are used to take the place of nouns in sentences. They usually refer back to a noun used earlier in the sentence and they must match the number, point of view and gender of the noun. We use pronouns to make sentences clearer, less awkward and smoother. These pronouns also show belongingness. We can use pronouns to show that something belongs to someone. These pronouns are called possessive pronouns. Mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours and theirs are all pronouns that show us that something belongs to someone. Possessive pronouns include my, mine, our, ours, its, his, her, hers, their, theirs, your and yours. These are all words that demonstrate ownership. If the book belongs to me, then it is mine. If I say this book is mine and that book is yours, in these sentences the words mine and yours are possessive pronouns because they are showing that something belongs to someone. Now let us start our exercise 1. In this exercise, you have to match the column A with column B. A. The balloons belong to me. Possessive pronoun for me is mine. So the answer is the balloons are mine. B. The balloons belong to you. Possessive pronoun for you is yours. So the answer is the balloons are yours. C. The balloons belong to her. Possessive pronoun for her is hers. So the answer is the balloons are hers. D. The balloons belong to him. Possessive pronoun for him is his. So the answer is the balloons are his. The balloons belongs to us. Possessive pronoun for us is ours. So the answer is the balloons are ours. And last, the balloons belong to them. Possessive pronoun for them is theirs. So the answer is the balloons are theirs. Exercise 2. Complete the following sentences with mine, yours, his, hers, ours and theirs. In this exercise, you have to fill suitable possessive pronoun and complete the given sentences. First, the books belong to me. The books are dash. As we all know that possessive pronoun for the pronoun me is mine. So the answer is mine. Second, the books belong to us. The books are dash. As we all know, the possessive pronoun for the pronoun us is ours. So the answer is ours. Third, the books belong to him. The books are dash. The possessive pronoun for the pronoun him is his, and the answer is his. Fourth, the books belong to them. The books are dash. The possessive pronoun for the pronoun them is theirs, so the answer is theirs. Fifth, the books belong to her. The books are dash. The possessive pronoun for the pronoun her is hers, so the answer is hers. And sixth, the books belong to you. The books are dash. The possessive pronoun for the pronoun you is yours, and the answer is yours. Exercise 3. Combine the group of words using apostrophe s to make complete sentences. Students, we can also show that something belongs to someone by using apostrophe s. For example, the girl's rose means that the rose belongs to the girl. If I say the boy's balloon, I mean to say that the balloon belongs to the boy. In this exercise, you have to complete the sentences by combining the given groups of words and adding some more suitable words along with apostrophe s. A. Shally, grandmother, story. So, the sentence formed by using these group of words and using apostrophe s is Shally's grandmother reads a story. B. Pat, balloon, pink. The sentence is Pat's balloon is pink. C. Dog, ears, long. The sentence is the dog's ears are long. D. Boy, sand castle, big. The sentence is the boy's sand castle is big. E. Girl, toy car, fast. The sentence is the girl's toy car is fast. F. Minnie, brother, swing. The sentence is Minnie's brother is on the swing. Last exercise, write well, paragraph writing. In this exercise, you have to write a paragraph on a given topic. Here, you have to write a paragraph about a special place of your own. The answer is, the background of my house is my special place. I go there when I get angry with my parents. I feel relaxed in that place. It is full of small plants, flowers, and the mango tree. I love to see the squirrels and birds moving there. I like my special place very much because I feel comfortable and happy after watching the animals, birds, and feeling fresh air. After explaining and solving the exercises also, it's time for some homework now. Your homework is to read the chapter again, learn all the word meanings, and complete all the exercises including word meanings in your Mulberry notebooks. You will get these exercises in your class WhatsApp group also, so that you can note down the work neatly and comfortably. We will meet again soon in our next class. Till then, complete all your work, stay safe and stay at homes. Thank you.